Well, hello everyone, my name is Bryce Koon, and LSU fans can recognize this guy, Tre Morgan. Tre, first off, man, appreciate you taking the time. We were just discussing, you just got done hitting. It's a little warm, but that's baseball this time of the year, especially in the Southern League.
Definitely. We're getting to the dog days. It's hot every day, showing up, playing for the love of the game.
Let's talk a little bit about your journey past 365 days. Obviously, you guys, look, we got to kind of document what happened last season with this LSU baseball team. But what's it been like for you? The growth, the transition into pro ball, and just overall your experience.
Yeah, definitely. It's just now starting to slow down, I'd say. About to go through my first full season. Right after I got drafted, it was quick, spiraling, not a whole lot of time to celebrate the championship. Right after that, you're getting drafted. Right after that, you're starting your professional career. But now I feel like I'm getting accustomed to the days of professional baseball.
You talk about accustomed to the days of professional baseball, man. I know some LSU fans have commented already on our stuff saying, is this guy seriously playing professional baseball? Some of the numbers you're putting up are pretty fun to look at. But talk about that, because it is different. It is a different setting. How have you felt like, obviously numbers aside, handled that transition, and maybe what are some of the things that you had to kind of hone in on?
Yeah, it's just finding a routine that works for you every day. We're pros now. They're not going to, be on your back telling you got to go get your swings in, you got to lift, got to go take grounders. It's really up to you. It's your career, as they say. So it's finding a routine that works for you.
Obviously, man, you are kind of new to Montgomery, obviously, only being here a week. Kind of talk about what that's been like. The AA is often where people say, hey, here's where the real prospects are, the guys that can maybe make that jump to the majors. What's that been like just a week and a half into being with this ball club and kind of obviously pushing towards the end of the season?
Yeah, it's cool seeing the same guys I saw in spring training, finally being on the team with them. They kind of took me in, and it feels like I've been on the team the whole year, laughing, joking in the locker room. Feels like I've been on this road with them the whole year, so hopefully we can finish it out with a championship.
Now, obviously, there's a lot of noise what's happening in LSU in terms of recruiting for this upcoming season, but one of the big recruiting pieces, and we just talked with Jay Johnson about this, is being able to kind of pull up you guys on social media and see what you guys are doing. We were able to talk with Cruz and his promotion, and obviously what Paul Skeens is doing. It's ridiculous. Can you kind of talk a little bit, how close is that group still, even a year after the fact, and what was that congratulatory text when you saw Dylan got the news?
Yeah, definitely. We still have a group chat, and we all talk together, at least multiple times a week. So it was awesome being able to congratulate Paul. And then I sent the text to Dylan, just let's go in all caps. Because, we were together at the Futures games not too long ago talking about, I was joking around with him. I was like, dude, you're going to get the call this year. You're right there. And he was like, nah. So it was awesome seeing him get that opportunity. I was so happy for him. Me and Paul Gervais, my roommate, we were tuned into the TV watching his debut every at-bat, every pitch. So it was really cool.
Obviously, go back to that Futures game. You're a guy that obviously the Rays thought enough of to be able to draft you, and they're a team and organization that's known for developing talent. What's it been like kind of getting in with this heavy analytical group, and just kind of see how they want to develop, maybe you personally, and a plan for you to get to the big leagues?
Right. I'd say, like I said, they say it's your career, and I choose to not really, look into the analytics side of it too much, but the pitching staff, when we're facing a certain pitching staff, the analytics we get from them is insane. The amount of numbers we have on each guy, numbers, video, we have a 3D graph of the pitcher we're about to face for the day. I've never seen anything like that before. But it's awesome they allow you to go into that if that's your thing. They don't force it upon you, and I love that.
It also feels like it's tailor-made. It's not a cookie cutter for each guy. They really kind of tailor-made stuff. Was that something when you first got in the organization, they sat down and said, hey, here's what we liked about you, why we drafted you, and here's our plan?
Yeah, I'd say that was more of going into the offseason. That's what they told me. I literally had a sit-down meeting, and they said, they put it on a sheet, your pros and cons, and they said what they need me to work on, what I do well, and that's kind of what I went after in the offseason.
Obviously, LSU returns a talented group here in 2025 season, and Jay Johnson said something. He was talking about Jared Jones playing first base, and I know you're still close with that guy as well. He said, Jared, don't try to be Tre. Don't try to be. But Jared made some great plays over at first base this year. Just talk about what it's like seeing those guys and the run that they went on, struggled throughout the regular season, but, man, that run towards the end of the season, just your excitement level. How much do you keep tabs on the guys that are still in Baton Rouge?
Oh, yeah. Anytime I had the opportunity to watch an LSU baseball game, I put it on. And I knew, I mean, they struggled a little bit at the beginning, but I knew Jay would get them right. I mean, he's the best guy for that job. He's the best guy to help them go through that season they had. And really, when they got in there, I thought they were going to make a run. I mean, they were a couple plays away from moving on. So, I mean, it's awesome being able to tune in.
Last one here for you. You mentioned Jay and just being the right guy, and you know, it's pretty cool too to see the support that he gives guys getting to the majors and stuff like that. What's it like to have a guy in your back pocket that you can go back to if you need advice of how to handle different things? I mean, obviously you have a great support system here in this organization, but a guy like that and just that staff down at LSU.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely taught me how to be a pro. He taught me what it takes to be a professional, and one of the best compliments I received as a baseball player is when he looked at me and said, like, you're going to be a professional baseball player. And I was like, yes, like I finally earned his respect to that regard. And that was awesome because the way he goes about his business every day, like, it just felt like I have no choice but to become a professional baseball player.
It's Tre Morgan playing for the Montgomery Biscuits. Obviously, we'll say former LSU Tiger, but you'll always be an LSU Tiger to a lot of fans. Tre, appreciate the time, man.